Alright. Our next book to grade, Magic of Incarnum. Can it dethrone our rating champion heroes of battle? No, it can't be. No. Probably not.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Nonetheless, it actually has interesting stuff going on. May actually be some of the more interesting classes in the book. So, in any case, our grading scale. S, classes that only really work in the system and offers a unique playstyle or brings a playstyle up to the point where it feels like you do the thing well. A, offers a unique experience by either adding to the core class or going off on its own tangent. B, has good ideas and executes on them well enough to make the class runnable, but has a few things that don't quite work. C is fine enough that you would run this class, but parts of it are subpar for no reason, or does something interesting but more narrow than you'd wish. D has a couple of features but has a good couple of features, but is littered with worthless junk, or the class has plenty to offer, but the designer forgot that D&D is a combat-oriented game that happens to have non-combat parts and will make you feel useless in a combat encounter. And F is worse than taking in levels in a core class that does the same thing. Also pleasant and minus or wheel room for feels. Alright. Starting with Incandescent Champion. Let's see. Yeah, here's a martial thing with medium attack bonus. You need an Essentia pool, and it gives you more Essentia. What the fuck does it do with Essentia? Let's see. Okay, so it can invest into its strikes and just add its Essentia bonus to or add that to damage, melee attacks. Yep.
Has fast healing.
For a number of rounds equal to its level. For amount equal to Essentia invested.
Yeah.
Just
at 9th level, we do also apply to everyone adjacent to you when you activate it.
That's okay, at least. It's out of combat healing one way or the other. Fast healing usually is anyways. Unless it's a massive number.
It's also no action to activate. Which, if you do need to use it in combat, that's not bad.
Is it? Oh, yeah, because you can...
Like, investing is still a swift action, but actually activating the fast healing is free.
Okay, yeah, activating is no, it's gaining swift action. Okay, it specifically says so.
Yep. And since it is essentially, you only need to invest in it when you actually want to use it. Render foe shaken.
For 1 round.
The move action. And they become immune for an hour when they pass, and the DC is 10 plus invested essentially plus charisma, so really weak DC.
Yes. The amount you can ever invest is like 4.
They have a 3 time per day break essentially cap for a round.
Okay, that's neat at least.
Yep.
Totally put all of your Essentia into unbearable continence, so the DC is actually halfway decent.
It increases the cap by your charisma bonus. So you could, depending on what your charisma is, dump a giant pile of points into something for a round.
Yeah.
So that is kind of cute.
They did thankfully also remember to make it a free action.
Yeah. Nope, swift action. So you can't actually reinvest your Essentias. It's entirely useless. Range attack is a standard action. Does a d8 points of damage per point invested, which is perfectly fine. For just a quick little ray attack. You need to throw a range attack and can't make it into melee.
Yeah. It's not actually bad damage either.
Start your turn, every creature you designate adjacent to you takes a d6 point of damage per point of Essentia invested. but they save for half, which is essentially invested DC. And
Not
you have a constant daylight spell effectively, as long as you have points invested in it.
which will screw with
I mean, but
some
yeah,
things, but
base cap is 4 essentially invested in something.
yeah, base cap is 4. I have the book open, don't I? Yes. There's at 18 it's 4, 12 it's 3.
So like a 46 damage aura isn't the worst.
And again, you could dump your charisma bonus into it, which makes it a fairly strong aura for a few rounds.
Yeah, you could turn on or use the overload and dump your entire charisma bonus into it as well. They have like a 10d6 plus aura.
Yeah.
You'll throw all your
Or for a
essential
round,
points into it,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. But that can be worth if you're like surrounded or something.
It can, yeah. And even at lower levels, when you've only like 1 or 2 points to invest, it's still a decent, like a damage aura is not bad at those levels. And level 10 ability, you become an outsider if the native and good subtypes. Your weapons are good. And once you as a standard action, you can turn your body into energy for a number of rounds equal to charisma modifier. You become incorporeal, gain a fly speed. Cannot make attacks, cast spells, or activate special abilities. But you can invest essentially as usual, and your aura continues to work.
Okay, so the aura is easily the best part of this class.
Yeah. Aura is the best part of this class. Add associated damage is perfectly fine.
And essentially,
Everything else is kind of cute little abilities, with the exception of the move action.
which is who
Scare
cares?
someone or shake
Yeah.
someone, which is bad. But everything else is like, the overload is cute for like pumping up your abilities in the turns you want it.
Yeah.
And the ray is fine when you need a range attack, and the fast healing is fine when you need a fast healing, and you just don't have stuff invested in those when you're not using them. So
Yeah, you basically leave that. By default, you're going to have the aura and the melee damage usually.
yeah.
It's reasonably okay, especially for something that, or for a character that isn't that has Ascension on the side, but isn't necessarily an actual meld shaper, because you only need a essential pool of 1. So you don't.
You can just take a feat or be one of the races.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. I think it's like a B.
Yeah. Sounds about right. All right. Incarnum blade.
Incarnum blade.
Yep.
You make a blade melt.
Yep, which pretty much explains how it works. Remember, don't worry about any of the actual Incarnum rules for anything it's using names for.
Yeah. So basically, you wrap Incarnum around a melee weapon. Becomes you blade meld. You basically meld onto the blade. Treat it as a magic weapon for overcome damage reduction. Gains hardness and hit points. Equal to gains extra hardness and hit points equal to the amount of Incarnum you 5 times the Incarnum you invested into it. It also gains a saving throw equal to your blade level if your weapon ever has to make a saving throw. Then you get the blade meld chakra bind. Special bind as long as you hold the weapon and your thing is shaped.
Yeah.
Does not change appearance.
They don't invest Essentia. It's just 5 times their level.
Oh, it is 5 times the level. Yeah, never mind. First level, you can bind your blade meld to your hands, crown, head, feet, or hands. Second level, you bind it any least or lower. And you get a bunch of different effects depending what chakra you have it bound to. So crown is opponents that flank you don't gain the +2 bonus, but they gain any other effects. You have a +4 inflict bonus on opposed attack rolls to avoid being disarmed of the weapon, or to avoid having it sundered. You also get a +4 bonus on instance motive. When someone attempts to feint against you, bind to feet, you get a +2 bonus on initiative checks. And you can make attacks opportunity even while you're flat-footed. If you bind to hands, you get a +1 insight bonus on attack damage rolls. If you bind to arms, you get +4 insight bonus to confirm critical hits. Cannot see what chakra that is.
Brow.
On the brow. Reroll the mischance to see if you actually hit against concealment. Shoulders. You have 25% crit negation. Throat gives you a
60 foot.
standard action, 60-foot radius shaken ability.
Yep.
Effectively DC 10 plus con modifier, or 15 plus con modifier, 10 plus level plus con modifier.
Yeah.
Insight bonus on checks to avoid being bulrush, grappled, tripped, or overrun, and you retain your dex bonus AC, even while flat-footed.
Yeah.
Heart gives you bonus temporary hit points equal to twice your character level, to a maximum of 40.
Bonus straight hit points. All right. There are just hit points.
Yeah, if they are actual hit points, they're not temporary hit points.
Yeah.
But you do lose them, obviously, or change your blade meld. And then your weapon becomes gains an alignment. Choose an alignment when you bind this, and gains that alignment. Also does an extra d6 points of damage to the opposed alignment. At third level, you get the ability to change which chakra you have it bound to. You can do this a number of times with equal to 1 plus your con modifier, so you can change it around to get the different benefits. You get 2 different blade melds. You can change both of them. Basically, level 5, you get 2 blade melds, and you can change both of them when you do the blade meld, when you do the rebind. So it's a bunch of trinkety abilities, the class.
Yeah, it is basically a bunch of trinkety abilities. You probably binding 2 by default. Once you get to 10 or character level 10, effectively, because you have to be 5 to get into this. Base attack bonus 5, concentration 2 ranks.
I think the biggest issue, I don't think anything in here is worth 5 levels.
No, not really. Yeah, because there's no reason to dip here. You're either going 5 levels or you're just not.
And realistically, you're gonna figure out the 1 or 2 chakras you really want, and then you're just gonna stay in those. You're not gonna change for little trinkety abilities.
No,
you're not gonna change for a +4 insight bonus sense motive against feints. You're just not.
It's made even worse by the rebind being a standard action, not a free action. If it was a free action, I could at least see maybe going oh shit, these things love to bull rush me. I'm going to grab the giant bonus.
I'm gonna switch the one that gives me a bonus to bull rush. Yeah, but
yeah,
you have to spend a standard action to do it. You're just not gonna do that ever as a melee character. So realistically, you're gonna do something like the heart chakra for a bunch of extra hit points, and the soul chakra for an extra d6 alignment type. Effectively, I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe the crit, if you know things have high crit range they're attacking, you could switch to the crit protection one. That's only 25%. It's not that hard to get higher armor values than that. The ones that do add flat bone, a +1 insight bonus to damage, is nothing you don't care. Not big enough to
not
worry
really
about.
+2 to initiative is okay at least.
+2 initiative would be great if you could change your thing as a free action, because then you could start with that up, then switch to something else.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's useless past the first round of combat. The second you take a turn, it's already done its job.
Yeah. I think if this was a class that had Essentia, and then investing in the weapon would increase the actual level of the weapons, you could invest to make it a +1 weapon or a +2 weapon. Or investing in it would increase all the bonuses of the various binds.
That would absolutely be great if literally this was what they did flat with 1 Essentia, and investing in them actually.
Yeah, it's you get a +1 insight bonus on damage, or insight equal to the amount of Essentia invested, or the hit points go up, or your bonuses to the various things it protects against go up with invested Essentia. I think it just needed to be a class that had an Essentia per level, and could work with other ways of getting Essentia points and invest for extra bonuses. Because base level, none of these are worth going to this class for.
No, this is basically base. This is basically base level Essentia abilities without any Essentia investment.
Without any way to invest them and make them better.
Yeah.
C-. I don't think it's a D, because it doesn't it still functions.
It does. Yeah, it still does function. 40. The extra hit points is easily probably the most interesting of all of these, because it's the one that actually scales.
And it scales off character level, not class level. So,
Yeah.
which is why it actually works out to 40.
Yeah.
Like, that could easily have been a thing where you just invent a Sensei into it to get the amount of hit points you get.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it needed to work with the system better.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. It basically copied and pasted the system from otherwhere in this book.
It used part of the system where you get a thing and then you bind it to chakra, and those chakra binds give you extra effects. But it doesn't use the Essentially part of it at all. And you are shaping a blade meld, but that you're not really shaping anything. You're not using Essentially as any part of it. You're not investing. You're not using the core mechanic of the system, which is shaping Essentially or shaping a meld and investing Essentially.
Yeah. All right. Iron Soul Forge Master. All right, the first one that actually gains existing Meld Shaper classes.
Yeah. It works like spellcasting now.
Works like spellcasting does. You do not get any of the chakra binds, hence why there's chakra binds on the class itself.
Yeah, your manifest or your meld shaper level increases. The number of soul melds you can shape, the number of chakra binds you can create. Your essential pool increases, but you don't get obviously other features of that class, and you don't get chakra binds. But they often give them chakra binds of their own, like you see here.
Yeah.
And this one gets some unique ones, like it gets a shield bond. You can make a bond of a shield, lets you invest essentially as if it were a soul meld. Doing so grants you a resistance equal to basically all the standard elements: acid, cold, electricity, fire, and sonic.
Yeah,
5 per point.
All 5 of them, basically.
You do have to be actually holding using your shield to get the bonus.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
You get craft magic arms and armor. And your effective cast level for that stuff is equal to 3 times your Iron Soul Forge Master level. You still have to meet the prerequisites, so if you want to make a magic item that requires like a spell, you still need someone there to cast the spell every day. But otherwise, or make really high spellcraft checks. So you get around that spellcraft check.
And you are level 30 caster.
Yes, you do have a caster level of 30. So you can make everything, but you still need to deal with need to actually cast the spell part of it.
Yeah. Or again, make spellcraft checks, which are their own thing.
Yeah, you get an insight bonus equal to your class level on craft armor smithing, craft weapons smithing checks. You can bind melds to eventually arms, waist, shoulders, and heart chakras. 5th level, you get an armor bond, so similar to your shield bond, you can invest points in your armor. This gives you damage reduction equal to the number of points of Essential you put in. Obviously, you have to be wearing your armor to get this benefit. At 9th level, you get a weapon bond. You can invest weapon into your Essential, and doing so grants you an insight bonus equal to twice the amount you invested on damage rolls. Hey, look. The guy who class based around having a bound weapon. Here's another class that just does that effect better than you.
Yes.
Also, if you have at least 1 point invested, if you hit a living opponent, they have to make a fortitude save equal to 10 plus invested Essential plus con modifier or be dazed.
Yeah, which is stand there and do
nothing. On every attack.
Yep. Which is just good.
That's just good.
Yes. Other things of note as far as chakra binds are concerned, you get into this at level 6. So let's see. You do not. Okay, so if you are going with Soulborn, or not Soulborn, ignore Soulborn completely. Always ignore Soulborn completely. Okay. The chakra binds on Incarnate start for arms, brow, and shoulders are at 9. Let's see. This would be 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 9 you would get arms. Way higher you get shoulders. You never get brow. Then throat and waist. You get waist. You don't get throat. You obviously don't get soul, but you do eventually get heart.
Heart. Yeah.
If you are a totemist, on the other hand, Level 5, you would already have Crown, Feet, and Hands. You already have those on... yeah, so on both of them you have Crown, Feet, and Hands already.
Yep.
So same idea. Okay, so 9 is Arms, Brow, and Shoulders. So basically same idea there. Throat and Waist are 14. Again, you don't get Throat. Heart is 17, so you actually get Heart earlier.
Yep. A level earlier.
Yeah, so you'll miss some binds, but you don't miss all of them. And Totem Bind is the first thing that Totemus gets, and Totem Bind's only actual scaling is taking the 1 feat that lets you bind 2 things to it.
I've reconsidered. We need to go back to the previous class and mark it down to a D, considering this ability has a 1 level thing that is just everything that class should have been and better.
Yeah.
This is a B.
Yeah. Maybe not a plus. Yeah.
Like that weapon investment thing is literally what you had a class whose whole concept is using a Incarnate weapon, and this class does it incidentally better. It's like, oh, here's a level 9 thing we can invest in your weapon.
Yeah.
Do you want double invested damage and also days on every attack?
And also, if you're this is one of those prestige classes that kind of fixes Incarnate, because you can just go into this at level 6.
Yeah, like you could do like a 1 level dip, and like I could see you doing something like a fighter in like one of the Incarnate classes, or doing a fighter for one of the Incarnate races, and then doing like a 1 level dip into like one of the classes, and then go into this.
Yeah. Yeah, this also strangely enough works with like 5 levels of Incarnum, because Incarnate's actually a strong class at levels 1 through 5. It drops off later. And
yeah, when the base attack bonus doesn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
But if you did like fighter to make sure BAB stays up,
there's that too.
And then did a dip into, or did like 5 levels Incarnate, 10 levels of this, 5 levels of fighter.
Yeah. Something like that.
Keep you in like a mid range BAB. And then like you're gonna just use armor and weapons anyways, which this class does, or which this prestige class does, and then you just get binds on top of it for extra little bonuses.
Yeah.
And that would also give you a decent pool to invest in your armor and your weapon and your shield.
Yeah, because Incarnate gives you a lot of essential. Yeah.
Like that's its whole deal, is being the wizardish equivalent on a system that doesn't really have a wizard, which is why they don't work. They give them a bad BAB, like they're a wizard.
Yeah, because there's not actually attack incarnates or soulbinds, etc.
Well, there are soulbinds you use to attack, but they use your BAB, and they're like, if you form a sword,
or so. Yeah,
it's a weapon. Use all the regular weapon rules. You have to make attacks and iterative attacks, and having the same points invested as the actual melee, either the 2 melee-ish classes, you can't invest. I think you invest like 2 points more because they get higher caps.
They get higher caps, so it's not they bottom.
But getting an extra +2 on your weapon doesn't make up for the fact that you have a 10 BAB at level 20.
No.
And your damage has to come from iterative attacks they don't give you.
Yeah. All right. Should actually be on the right screen.
Helps.
Necrocarnate.
Necrocon.
Okay, this one was the weird one. Always has to be a weird one. Yeah. Ability to bind to Crown, Feet, and Hands. It means you're actually taking levels Incarnate. Crown.
Also,
4th
13 level class.
It is a 13 level class.
It does have full progression for Meld Shaper level, but you don't get anything else. So you don't get additional melds, you don't get chakra binds, you don't get increased ascension, you don't gain new tiers of chakra binds. So you do your Meld Shaper level increases, but you don't get more ascension or anything.
Yeah, you do get more binds. They're just a separate class feature. I think they
you get class feature binds, so you don't get this.
Yeah. Yeah, so their main thing was, let's see, being at first level, perform a short ritual, capture the soul energy of a newly dead corpse, requires a minute of uninterrupted concentration, plus the corpse of a living creature that has been dead for no longer than an hour per level. And the ritual game number of ascension points equal to 1/2 your necrocarnate level for 24 hours. No corpse can use more than once. 10th level for the full round action that provokes.
Yeah, so they don't naturally have any. Like they could, they have some natural amount of incarnate or
They have whatever their class gave them.
because they have whatever class they were in before they get into this. But then their thing scales off killing things and taking a full round action to draw essentially from it.
Yeah. And it lasts for the entire day, so realistically, it's a 4 round action once they get to 10. Before that, it was a minute.
Yeah, a minute, yeah.
Yeah. But it's a post-combat thing, so it is basically they have very low Essentia for the first round of combat, or first combat encounter of the day, but then after that, depending on how many living things got thrown at them, they can actually have a decent chunk.
Yeah. Let's see. Other features here, you get a bonus on all saving throws equal to the number of Necrocarnum soul melds that you currently have shaped. This is a limited use ability. I guess just use it when you get something that would cause you to make a save.
Shape. This ability is usable a number of times per day, equal to 1/2 your Necrocarnate level.
Like it doesn't have a duration.
No, it doesn't have a duration, so it has a number of uses, so I would assume it's just that many saves.
I assume it's you use it like when you say you want to use it when you have to make a save.
Yeah.
Which what makes sense to me. But if you're binding a bunch of Necrocarnum stuff, then you get a better just profane bonus on saves.
3, 5, 6, 6. There are 6 Necrocarnums.
Necrocarnums, yeah.
Yeah.
So you attain higher levels, you can bind soul melds, you get chakra binds.
Yeah, you
at
get
various levels.
Arms,
you get extra chakra bind. At 4th level, you gain additional chakra bind. At 8th and 12th, you get additional chakra binds.
You basically get every chakra, including soul, which is normally just high level incarnate.
Yeah. When you get 4th level, you get +1 soul shape. You also get +1 shape at 7, 10, and 13. At 5th level, you can capture some soul energy of a creature that just died and use to give yourself a short-term increase in power. Activates ability, must be within 100 feet of a creature of line of sight to it, and take immediate action, no more than 1 round after its death. This gives you a number of points essentially equal to 1/2 the creature's character level, which you can invest as part of the same action and to activate the ability. The ability is usable once per round, and it lasts until the end of your next turn. So when something dies, you can take immediate action and immediately invest that essentially that lasts for 1 round.
Yeah, which will give you something to do in that like first round of combat at least, so you're not complete or first combat encounter at least, so you're not completely helpless.
So you have some points until something dies. And you have time to spend the minute/full round to get a more permanent pool of points for the day. Then beginning at 6th level, you only take half the normal damage. 1/2 the zombies hit dice minimum 1 when using the Necrocarnum Circlet Crown Chakra Bind to create a Necrocarnum zombie. At 13th level, you can have 2 Necrocarnum zombies animated simultaneously. They each have the maximum HDI of your level. And each zombie's essentially pool increases by amount of equal to points you invested in your circlet. And then at 9th level, the essential capacity of all your Necrocarnum melds is increased by 1, which stacks with the Incarnum increased capacity if you have it.
Which you probably will, because I believe you have to actually be able to... Okay. Doesn't say anything about... Do you not actually have to have the ability to shape these soul... No, you don't. Okay.
No,
That's actually
you
funny.
just have the ability to make a crown, feet, and hand chakra.
Okay. You technically do that through feats. It's a lot of feats, but you could technically do that through feats. Yeah, so you could qualify for this class with... Actually, Necrocarnum Incarnate may... Or Necrocarnum Acolyte, the feat might actually require a... Where did they put feats in this book? Character options, okay.
You get chakra binds via feet or via feats.
Yes, you can. It's at higher levels, and you can't get heart or soul. But you can get them via feats. Okay, you need the ability to shape soul melds on non-good alignment to get Incarnum Acolyte. Which lets you shape Necrocarnum or soul melds with the Necrocarnum descriptor regardless of your alignment. You have to be evil anyways. You don't really have to be evil to shape those things, but you have to be evil to get in this class anyways. Gain +1 profane bonus to save DCs of Necrocarnum soul melds. There's nothing that technically stops Totemists from entering this class. It's just they can't actually do any of the Necrocarnum soul melds. So even with this feat, that doesn't let them do that. But enough self-sabotage. Yep, you're totally doing that Necrocarnum soul melds and stuff. Which makes you basically a pet class, honestly. Because you're going to have zombies.
A pair of zombies, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have a pair of zombies. Otherwise, you're kind of a weird modified version of Incarnate who gets less base pool, but the ability to have more Incarnate over the course of a day, provided you kill things. And
yeah, because if you plan on going full level in this, you're going to be 7 levels of Incarnate, and things need to die basically for you to get anything extra past that.
Yeah.
You still get a good amount of soul melds and binds anyways, because the class does actually increase them.
Yeah, you get a pretty standard amount of soul melds and binds. You do get the expanded capacity, so I think you end up with 2 extra cap, because the first Incarnate cap is 4/7. Or is it later for that?
Oh, for the cap?
Increased ascension cap.
First is at 6, second is at 12. Okay. These are character level. They don't care what class you are. Yeah. It's 6, 12, 18. As far as the actual one from Incarnum, you will... the first expanded capacity is at level 3. The second one is at 15.
So you'd have the first expanded capacity. You'd get an expanded capacity from this.
Yeah.
So you end up with 2 higher capacity on... Well, 1 higher capacity on everything, and then 2 higher capacity on Necrocarnum melds.
Yeah. If you were planning on doing 13 levels in this class, you'd have 7 levels, so... You'd have 7 Essentia. Soul melds normally... let's see. I think you end up with more of both, actually. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get 4 extra soul melds. No, that's exactly the same. That's 9 soul melds at level 20.
I think it's 9. I think it's the same number of soul melds and chakra binds.
Let's see.
I think this class is just a very weird roundabout way to give you alternate Ascension gain.
It is. Yeah, these soul melds and chakra binds are identical to Incarnate.
It is entirely meant to be an Incarnate prestige class to give you an alternate generation form.
Yeah, effectively a necromantic generation.
It is the platonic idea of shifted thing, so B class.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. All right. Sapphire Hierarch. This one's pretty simple. It is the
it's the Mystic Theurge.
It's the Mystic Theurge, Meld Shaper Divine Spellcaster class, and that is a lot better a concept, actually. With there's one thing Incarnate actually does well, it's blend with other classes.
Yep.
Let's see, what else is it? Okay, first and foremost, how much soul melding do you actually have to do here? Ability to shape 3 soul melds, that's level 2 in Incarnate.
Access to the law domain, Ascension pool.
3. That's level 1 if you fucking want it. It's
yeah, you could do a feat and a race and 1 level in class and have 3 points.
Yeah.
Have to be able to do 3 soul melds, have to be able to cast second level divine spells.
Yeah, so you need 3 levels in a caster class and like 2 in a soul melding class. So you could actually get into this at 6.
I mean, you can get into it earlier than that, realistically. You could get the Essentia from a one level class. One level in Essentia granting class, a feat, and a race. That same feat can get you a bind.
Yeah, so you get an extra soul meld.
Yeah, because you soul meld.
Yeah,
so you could literally get into this at 5.
Yes.
Or because you'd have 3 levels of a caster, like cleric, and 1 level of insert Essentia class of choice.
Yeah, either Incarnate, or you could technically do Totemist, but you wouldn't do Totemist because you'd want level 2 of Totemist. Because that's where they actually get Totem Bind.
You'd
which
do
is
Incarnate
the point
just
of
to
the
get
class.
the Essentia pool it gets.
Yeah. Either of them work well enough because being a Totemist with divine casting as well, at the cost of a bit of BAB basically, is not bad at all.
Yeah. But yeah, you get full meld shaping, divine soul casting progression.
Yep.
Then actual abilities.
Because we decided to throw actual abilities on this one.
Yep. You get a commune spell, except you don't need to be able to cast the spell to use it. In effect, you use the spell-like ability, but only within the presence of the Sapphire Eidolon. You do have to pay the XP cost as normal.
That's right. Here's an ability that you're never going to use.
This is also a 3 per level ability.
Yeah.
Until you get 10th level, in which case you can use it once per month. So ignoring that ability, because that's just one of those, hey, here's a flavorful thing thrown on.
Yeah, basically. Smite Chaos.
Yep, Smite Chaos, ability to Paladin Smite Evil, except it works on Chaos stuff. You get 4 of these, which is actually good for a 10th level class.
It is, but you need to be. You have to be fighting things that are Chaos, which are not going to be as common as Evil.
No, but it's still cute, and technically gives you access to things that would use like smites as other resources.
Yeah.
And when you do run into something that's chaotic, it's you get 4 of them, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
At 2nd level, you get a +4 bonus on saving throw against chaotic and transmutation effects. 3rd level, you get DR Adamantine, which eventually comes +3, which goes up to 3.
Yeah, which is a small number, level, but it's always going to apply at least.
Yeah, at 5th level, you get 25% crit protection or crit and sneak attack, etc.
Yeah, fortification.
And then goes up to 50% fortification, and you get Timeless Body. I mean, they're nothing amazing, but a lot of these Mystic Theurge classes don't tend to have class abilities because they're all so powerful to begin with. So
I mean, you also
getting some 3DR, some 3-star, and it's a Mystic Theurge. It's an A.
Yeah. All right. Now for the other Mystic Theurge, the Arcane one.
The Arcane one. Same idea. Can you also get in this one? You need to be able to bind to a chakra.
So you need to be 2.
Yeah.
Because you don't... actually... where are... this one actually gains chakra binds as it levels up, so you don't... yeah, that was the other thing with Sapphire Hierarch. It doesn't gain any chakra binds, so you do need to take feats to gain chakra binds. You might actually be able to finagle around it with... You still need to be level 6 to get into it, but it would let you have a higher arcane casting level. You might be able to finagle around it with feats if you were doing Incarnate. Again, with Totemist, you never want to finagle around it with feats because you're going to want to be level 2 anyways.
Then this one gets abilities as well. Arcane Investment. At the same time you shape your soul melds, you can choose to invest 1 point of Essentia into any single spell you know and have prepared. Anytime in the next 24 hours, you can choose to use that invested essentia to cast the chosen spell. Doing so requires no action, but both the cast level of the spell and this DC increase by 1. The essentia then returns to your point and can be used. So basically, you can invest essentia into yourself to have a floating +1 caster level or +1 caster level in DC.
That's right, I remember that. Yeah.
And then it just goes back to be available after that point after you use it.
Yeah.
As you attain higher levels, number of spells you can invest increases. You can invest a number of spells equal to your soulcaster level, and you cannot invest eventually in the same spell more than once. So if you had 2 prepared lightning bolts, you can still only invest in one of them. This is not the same manner as investing in a spell as part of its casting. If you use your arcane investment to affect a given spell, you can also invest essentially as part of its casting if the spell allows it. There are some spells that allow you to invest essentially on them.
Yeah, they exist in this book, and mostly
at 7th level.
Okay.
Yeah, at 7th level, you can invest 2 points instead of 1 and increases the caster level and DC by 2. Then you get chakra binds, as listed there, crown, hands, feet, and then arms, brow, and shoulders. Level 10, you can use magic energy of your spells to augment your essential pool by sacrificing an arcane spell slot or a prepared spell. Of the highest level you can currently cast, you get a number of points equal to that spell's level for 1 round, which can then be invested or otherwise used as normal.
Yeah.
And it's a free action to use that ability. So you can turn your spell levels into essentia to invest in stuff. It's another Mystic Theurge class, though.
So that's pretty much mostly what you're getting from that. Is another Mystic Theurge class. Okay, so looking it up, a binding as a feat is a minimum level 6. So it pretty much defeats the purpose. Or at least puts off this class if you wanted to do it that way. But yeah, you are losing... Ignore that. But yeah, you are losing a couple levels of spellcasting probably.
Yeah, but I mean, most of these lose a couple. Most of these lose 3-ish levels of spellcasting. So
yeah, this is less. You can finagle. Yeah, you can't really finagle this one down.
The previous one was weird because you could just finagle the feats to be able to only lose a single level divine spellcasting, which is kind of silly.
You can finagle this one with feats as well. It's just you have to wait till level 7 to start taking this class because you could get the bind at 6 technically.
That's true.
Yeah, but yeah. All right. So we're on the Mystic Theurge section. Now on to the weird stuff.
So you have to be a Karn to get into this one for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Yes, because you need those blade spine things that...
Yeah, they have blade spine things that I believe they can invest Essentia into.
Base Skarn, I think, just have blade spine things. They were, let's see, +2 strength, -2 dex, humanoid reptilian, natural weapons.
Okay, no, this class lets you invest in them.
Yeah, this class actually invests in them. So yeah, each round either as a primary or an offhand, and I think I should stop there because I think this class completely changes how they work anyways. Attack with spines above your arms as if you were fighting with 2 light weapons. Okay.
Yeah.
They do D6 piercing damage.
So this has a obviously you have to be a Skarn to be this. You have to have a Essential Pool of 1, which they have naturally.
Yeah.
You need to be AB of 5 and need to be lawful. Doesn't change your proficiencies. Does give you meld shaping. You get soul melds, essentia, and chakra binds as listed there on the table.
So you can bind your arms.
And then this is all about fighting with the spines. You get 2 spine fighting. You can attack the spines on both your arms if you're fighting with 2 light weapons. You get 2 weapon fighting. If you already have 2 weapon feat, you can get another feat deeper in the chain. As long as you meet the prerequisites. So if you had 2 weapon fighting, get improved weapon fighting, etc., etc. Noble familiarity. 2nd level getting competence bonus equal to 1/2 your level on knowledge, nobility, and royalty checks. And you can get in contact with someone selling almost any piece of equipment or magic item you can seek. You make a gather information check, DC 15 plus the cast level of the item. You get a bonus equal to your level on this to basically seek out a particular item. Second level, you can start investing essentially into your spines as if they were soul meld. Effectively works as if they're magic, so each point is attack and damage rolls. They have a special essential capacity and thus a maximum enhancement bonus equal to 1/2 your level, so they'll cap at 5, and they'll cap at 5 as soon as you hit level 10 in this class. Don't have to wait till you get higher up in actual like character level to get up to the caps. You get 2 up, and you get spine rend. Whenever you hit someone with both attacks in this round, you do an extra 2d6 plus 1/2 strength, 1/2 strength damage. You can bind one of your shape soul melds to the arm chakra, and then your spines eventually count as adamantium.
Yeah. Notably, your spines count as lawful aligned when they're. I mean, not really notably, but they do count as lawful aligned when you have the same bound to your arm soul meld as well.
Arms. Yeah.
Just as a base rule with them. Yeah, it is a 2-weapon fighting class that.
Yes. 2-weapon fighting class with built-in arm blades that you can invest points in to boost up.
Yeah.
And otherwise get some light soul binding and
you can also use all the 2-weapon feats, so while you do have spine rend, you can also take 2-weapon rend.
Yeah,
do both. That would stop you from doing both.
And you're full BAB class, and you get built-in point support for your stuff. You could easily just go into like fighter.
Yeah.
Just do fighter in this and be set.
Where did their soul melds come from list-wise?
The Soulborn class list.
Okay, Soulborn class list.
Yeah.
So they do get some unique things there. I was saying, I think you just grab other things as well with shapes, with feats, effectively.
Yep.
Yeah. And you can actually be a real class for like 5 levels and then go into this.
Go to this, yeah. I mean, this is fine enough if you want to deal with the system. It's not a great class, but
no, it isn't. It's not awful either.
No.
Has level titles.
it does have level titles. Then your level, then you become the August Perfect Roses. It's decent enough for a race class. There's a lot of race classes that aren't good.
No. Yeah. This. Also, this is a pounce short of actually being good. Granted, everything is a pounce short of actually being good.
There's a lot of melee classes about like being able to be a fighter that gets natural, like just have +5 weapons. You're just gonna have +5 weapons for free all the time.
Yeah.
Is cute.
That is cute. You get absolutely nothing besides the +5 on them. That's the only hitch on that. They are technically natural weapons, so
That's if they're technically natural weapons. You could do Amulet of Mighty Fists.
You can, but 3/5 doesn't allow you to do anything but enhancement bonuses on them, anyways. Are these enhancement bonuses, or are these something else when you invest?
They are. They are enhancement bonus. Yeah,
okay,
enhancement bonus equals 8 points invested.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get an extra +5 on top of it. And if your DM would let you do things besides flat bonuses on Amulet of Mighty Fists,
you could get properties that way. Yeah.
then you get properties that way.
Which you'd have the better budget for, considering you're not buying a weapon, or you're not buying 2 weapons.
Considering you're not buying 2 weapons.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine. Like a B.
Yeah. I think it works better in Pathfinder First Edition.
Oh yeah, you can guarantee you can just do weapon equips on an amulet.
Then flat bonuses are better because it starts to overcome DR.
That's true. Yeah, you just ignore all the DR when you get +5.
Yeah.
That isn't like alignment stuff.
Yeah.
All the material ones.
No, it actually ignores alignment as well.
Did it
Plus
learn
4, I think,
alignment
was
as
alignment.
well?
Yeah, I think like plus 4 was alignment.
The Totem Ranger.
Yep. Yeah, survival 9 ranks, Cobalt Rage feat, which was not actually bad. Ability to bind soul melts to totem chakra, rage class. You're 2 levels of totemist and like at least a level barbarian.
Baron. Yep.
Cobalt Rage, which I did not put on this page. I did not put on this page. But was actually an important feature for this one.
Yep.
Once per day, you can invest Ascension into this feat. Normal Ascension feat. While raging, gain insight bonus on melee damage rolls and will saves equal to invested Ascension. Can't change once invested for 24
It's one of the
hours.
feat ones, yeah.
Yeah. You gain one point of Ascension from taking it, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so this one gives you obviously 8 levels of both typing class.
Yeah.
Totem Rage, which increases your capacity of your Cobalt Rage by 1. And as long as the Soul Melt occupies your Totem Chakra, you gain a number of extra Ascension points equal to 1/2 your Totem Ranger level. Minimum 1 while you rage.
Yeah.
As an option, you invest some or all of this extra Ascension into your Cobalt Rage feat as a bonus action. This is an exception to the regular rule that you can only do it once every 24 hours. You have to make this decision when you start your rage and cannot shift any Ascension away from it while raging. You can invest any remaining points as normal. When your rage ends, you lose this extra Ascension, and your Ascension investment returns what it was in the feat. So basically, gives you expanded capacity, and then also lets you get extra Ascension and invest into it to increase the
Okay,
feat.
so and it's equal to
While
half your rage level. Okay, so it will outright pay for the feat, essential wise, every time you rage. And
yes.
Since the feat only does stuff while you rage, anyways, that's the perfect time for it to happen. And it just
you can basically leave it completely uninvested and just use the free boost every time you rage.
Yeah.
If you want it in there, otherwise you just have points to invest otherwise or wherever else you want.
Yeah.
Then you get While Empty, you get an extra rage at 2nd and 6th level. Sorry, 2nd and 8th level. You get some DR. It's DR1, DR2. Stacks with other DR stuff. So if you did go high enough on Barbarian to get DR, it stack. You can bind some chakras, crown, feet, hands, arms, brow, shoulders.
Yeah, the first 2 tiers basically.
Extended Rage. The duration of Rage extends by number of rounds equal to the number of points of Ascension you have invested in Cobalt Rage. Does not stack with the extra Rage feat. At 10th level, your capacity for any soul mile bound to your totem or totem chakra increases by an additional point. Adding to the expanded capacity from your totemist levels for a total of +2. So it's a pretty simple class.
It is. It is a decent amount actually to melee damage when you're raging, and will saves.
It's adding a decent amount to will saves and melee damage while you're raging. You can just get a bunch of extra natural attacks by having the totem bind. And thusly, you could just also be the alternate barbarian that gets pounced.
You get pounced from a totem bind, but it is only for natural attacks. Or not from a totem bind, that was from a totem. It was from a bind, but it wasn't a totem bind that could actually give you pounce. Totemist was actually a class that gets pounced.
Yeah, there's going to be barbarian anyways. You can just do lion barbarian to get pounced that way, and then use your totem bind for whatever gives you the best natural attack stuff, extra weapon, extra attacks and stuff to go along with it.
Yeah,
or other effects. You don't have to worry about using that for your to get pounds. But good.
Yeah, basically.
I think it ends up in B like most of the other
like
Incarnum Prestige. The Prestige classes work mostly fine because they're not trying to exist solely on the system.
No. They are actually trying to function as a class itself, as opposed to they forgot to make a functional class out of Incarnate.
Yep.
Umbral Disciple. Yeah.
No real requirements.
No real requirements. No, it needs a essential pool, which is take a feat or be a race.
Yep. It gains an essential pool as it goes up.
Yeah.
Eventually 7 points. You belong to if you belong to a sept. I'm sure there's something about septs in here somewhere.
Yeah, shadow.
Presumably you're part of a sept.
Yeah.
Because this gives you a +2 bonus on knowledge and gather information checks made within 24 hours of speaking to another member of the same sept, or a +5 bonus if you visit the sept citadel stronghold. The +2 bonus, enhanced bonus on balance, climb, jump, and tumble checks for every point of ascension you invest in this class feature. Second level, you get sneak attack. Eventually goes up to 3d6.
Yeah.
Embrace of Shadow. You weave Incarnum into the skirting shadow that clings to you, giving you a limited amount of concealment. You're cloaked in shadow. Each attack made against you has a 10% mischance per point of ascension invested in this ability. Does not stack with mischance from other sources. If you have at least a 20% or higher, you also gain the ability to hide in plain sight.
Wait, this is clauseless hide in plain sight for fucking once? Yes, okay.
Yes, hide in plain sight while you're being reserved.
Yeah, okay, don't need to be in shadows, don't need to be in natural terrain, is just hide in plain sight.
Technically says see the ranger class feature.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You got Sight of the Eyeless, so at 7th level, you can tap into Piercing Vision of Pure Bodiless Souls to perceive what would otherwise be hidden. Investing essentially in this ability gives you blind sight, 10 feet per point invested, usable at will. 9th level, you can do your melee attacks with the Soul Chilling Essence. Every point of necessity invested in this ability, your attack deals 1 point of strength damage. Con negates DC 10 plus invested plus con. In addition to normal damage, only 1 attack per round conveys this extra damage, making a full attack delivered by your first successful attack in the round. Applies to all melee attacks you make while essentially invested, regardless whether natural or manufactured weapons. At 10th level, you can learn to wield the shadows themselves as weapons. Tangible incarnately shadows of your weapons or foes follow your every strike, mirroring attacks at range. Your reach increases by 5 feet per point invested, but only on your turn. And while it's active, you are treated as standing in a square adjacent to the target that is closest to your actual location for purposes of flanking. And at the end of your turn, your reach and thus the area threat returns to normal. Also, you can continue to invest in Monk if you go into this.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Or I could not go into Monk because there's nothing that really says I have to go into Monk in the first
because
place.
it doesn't increase your Monk stuff at all. I mean, you get range attacks if you want them, which these are all invest essentially abilities. So you get range attacks if you need them. You get some skill bonuses if you need them. Just having a 40% mischance all the time is nice.
Yeah, yes.
You can get blind sight if you need it. It's a bunch of cute trinket abilities that you can basically turn on and off or turn on and off by investing essentially as you need.
You still get a decent number of skill points, though the skill selection's a bit limited.
It's 6 plus end.
You still get sneak dice. It's not as much, but it's not a horrible limiter. You don't lose too much from going into it if you're doing roguey things.
You lose 2 dice over a rogue, so
yeah,
not that big of a deal. And if you only did this class, if you did like a race that gave you a point and then only did this class and didn't actually do any, like essentially a class, like a Incarnum class, because you get pool, but you have stuff to invest that in the class itself.
Yeah.
You basically have 2 abilities capped out all the time at higher levels.
Yeah, and
that
they have 4 abilities.
They have 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the skill check one, the mischance one, the blind sight. Technically they have 5, the strength damage one and the range attack one, so you can shift swift action to switch into whichever one you want. You basically have two of the 5 maxed out at any time.
Yeah.
At high level, so you could do like a 10 level rogue, 10 level this, and be mostly fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and you lose 10 levels of rogue would have 5 sneak attack dice.
You lose 2 sneak attack dice.
Yeah, basically, which doesn't mean much terribly.
Yeah, 8 as opposed to 10d6, but get some cute trinkety things that don't need the incarnate classes themselves to support, because it's all just invest points into your class abilities.
You get a few more from feats if you really want to as well.
Yeah, if you wanted to bind, if you want some stuff to actually be able to meld, you could do feats for that.
Yeah, you get melds from feats. You could also, which gives you other options to dump stuff into. You could also get the one that just adds 2 Essentia.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think this one also slides right into B, like most of the other prestige classes in this book.
Yeah. It is different than doing straight rogue. It is not bad. Alright, finally, Witchborn Binder.
Hey, none of the weird ones to get 6th level progression.
Gets 6th level progression. I think I fucking broke while reading this one.
You get Detect Magic at will, obviously Meld Shaping, Meld Shield. You can invest to get an insight bonus equal to investment on spells and spell abilities, which is fine.
Yeah.
Royal Purse once per level. Draw out a sum of money equal to your Witchborn Binder level times 500 gold. You can also withdraw or promise larger sums, but you have to be prepared to explain your liberty with the ruler's gold. You can use less produce class once per level.
Ponderation 10 once per year.
Once per year.
Yeah.
Second level, you can use a small orb of Incarnum and lob it at any target within 30 feet. Succeed in a ranged touch spell. The dispelling orb functions as a targeted dispel magic. Cast level equal to your Meld Shaper level. For every point of Essentia you invest, you get a +1 insight bonus on the spell checks you make. After attack resolve, the Essentia returns to your pool. Invest it again, you get 2 extra points of Essentia.
Yeah.
Mage Shackles, make a set of shackles from Essentia. Successful melee touch attack. Bind a creature capable of using arcane spells or spell-like abilities. Provide us in one size category of you. You must overcome their spell resistance if they have it. Using your Meld Shaper level as your caster level. Once bound, the creature is considered entangled by the Mage Shackles and is also effectively barred from planar movement, as if from a dimensional anchor, and has to make a cast level check equal 10 plus your Meld Shaper level plus your Ascension invested in Mage Shackles to cast an arcane spell or use a spell-like ability. The Mage Shackles cannot be damaged or broken except by effects that can unshape a soul meld, but a bound creature can escape with a DC 35 escape artist. Creature incapable of casting arcanes or using spell-like abilities unaffected. You can use it as often as desire, but you can only have 1 up at a time. After 24 hours, they automatically unshape unless you're within a mile of your creature. So you can mess with an arcane spellcaster as a touch attack, which is cute.
Yeah, as long as I don't have spell resistance, in which case you're going to have trouble. Considering you're not even a full level meld shaper.
You're down 4 levels.
Yeah.
Assuming you were in a meld shaping class going into this. Well, I mean, would you have to be? You have to be meld shaper 6 to get into this. So.
Yeah, meld shaper level 6. Okay, yeah, that's.
Yep.
That is the only one that actually requires a meld shaper level outright.
Shaper level. Yep.
Okay.
You get Command Incarnum to counterspell. Ready in action. You can do a counter spell. You get a bonus. You can invest essentially. You get a bonus +1 on the check for every point invested. You can only activate 1 spell or spell-like ability of each use of this ability. So if you're facing multiple spell casts, you decide which one to use. But otherwise, you have infinite counter spells.
Yeah.
There's no use limit on that one.
Yeah, you just have to overcome the caster level.
You just have to do ready actions to do it like you would normally with counter spell. Spirit Flay. Tiny bit of arcane spellcaster soul stuff. Use this attack against any arcane spellcaster or creature with spell-like ability that's within 60 feet of you. Fortitude save 10 plus level plus con modifier, or take d8 points of damage per point of ascension you invest in this ability, and also be nauseated for 1 round. Successful fortitude save halves damage and negates nausea. If they have no spell casting, if they're not an arcane spellcaster, it doesn't do anything to them. And 10th level, you can make a coffin like Shroud of Arcanum.
Well, not an arcane spellcaster or doesn't have spell-like abilities.
Or doesn't have spell-like abilities.
Yeah, which is a vast category, actually. So
yeah, there's a ton of stuff that has spell-like abilities that easily use that on. And it is an infinite use thing, so you can't just keep doing here, take a couple points, take a handful of damage, and then also make another save to be nauseated, because if they are nauseated, they're not doing anything that turn.
Yeah.
10th level, you can make a coffin, 30 feet away as a full round action for extract opportunity. They get a reflex save, 10 plus invested essentially plus con modifier. Target creature has spell resistance, you have to beat the spell resistance. If they successfully save, they're immune for 24 hours. Once it forms, the subject is rooted on the spot, unable to move. With arms bound to its sides, it can still speak and use spell-like abilities, psionics, or spells requiring only verbal components. But each time it attempts to do an arcane spell or spell-like ability, it takes d6 points of damage per invested point. Successful fortitude save halves the damage. Creature takes damage from the spell has a normal chance to disrupt its spell. Because it's opaque, provides total cover and total concealment for the creature inside, but also prevents anyone from seeing in or out. Provides unlimited supply of breathable air, so you can't suffocate them in it, unfortunately. Can be physically damaged. You can do a strength check to burst it open, or you can do damage the same way as an object. Has 10 hardness and 20 hit points for each point of sensor you have in it. Furthermore, any effects on unshaped soul melts can break it. If it is destroyed, you lose the points invested in it for 24 hours and become fatigued. Otherwise, you can remain as long as you remain within 30 feet of it.
Can use this ability for a number of times per day equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier once per day. Yeah, those are a lot of words.
Those are a lot of words for an ability. Like the thing that's mildly annoying about this is you have some abilities that are 10 plus investment plus con, which means they're like a 14.
Yeah, at highest.
Plus con.
Yeah.
And then you have like Spirit Flay, which is 10 plus your Witchbinder level plus con, which is perfectly fine. And DC 20 plus con modifier to nauseate someone and do some damage to them.
Yeah.
Doesn't care how much you invest in it, so you can just have 1 point invested in it and then do it. I mean, granted, if you're going to be popping this off, it's already not take a swift action, invest as much as you can just to increase the damage, but it's like, here's your level 10 ability with a worse save than your level 9 ability or level 8 ability.
Yeah. And unlike the other stuff, doesn't have to account for spell resistance that you usually ignore as anything else in this book, practically.
Yeah. Like being able to just invest for save on spells is cute. Like that's just good.
Yeah.
Spirit Flay can be fun if you just want to constantly try and annoy a spellcaster. Here, make a save or be nauseated and take some damage.
Also works versus every single thing from a lower plane, practically, because they all have one spell ability or another.
Yep, so it's just always an option you have.
Yeah.
I think this is the weakest of the, second weakest of the prestige classes we fit in this one.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I think they put too many limitations on the abilities. Like, okay, this works against spellcasters, but you also need to pass spell resistance. But you're also down spellcasting levels, so you're less likely to cast spell resistance. And here's this thing has used a different DLC or DC calculation. This uses DC for DC calculation.
And oh my god, Grim and
Grim into Groomant.
No, they wrote that word on purpose. Into Groomant. Yep. But God, there's a lot on that. That's just too many writers for. You couldn't have made this fucking simple, could you? Apparently.
Yes, and integrumant, a tough outer protective layer, especially that of a plant or animal.
Yeah.
And that is also one of the things where, like, it's going to have a lower DC than other abilities because it's only based on invested. You still have to pass spell resistance. It doesn't stop them outright from cast. Like, they can't see outside of it, so they can't like throw attacks at you at that point. But they could just like plane shift out of it if they had the ability to cast that without moving.
Yeah, which is every spell-like ability. Uh, every spell-like ability has no verbal or somatic components. You can cast that without moving. Which again, one of your primary targets are going to be demons and devils, and they usually
they
have
take
a
some minor
teleport.
damage if they try, but it's like, who
Yeah.
cares? C.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some potential here, but it is very
It
self-sabotaging.
hampers. It's like they were worried that it'd be too strong against arcane casters, so they needed to throw extra limitations on half the abilities.
Everybody make a class that's actually strong against an arcane caster. Alright. This actually comes out pretty high. B- average.
Well, that's because most of the prestige classes were actually just fine, with the exception of Incarnate Blade, which doesn't interact with the system, just uses names from it.
Yeah,
and
basically.
Witchborn, which hampers itself too much. And then it had
Yeah.
two Mystic Theurges, which were fine. So
Yeah. Alright. That puts it at a pretty solid above Frostburn, actually. Still, yeah, just wedge there between Frostburn and
Sandstorm.
Yep. Giving us some separation between the two.
Get that awful Frostburn away from my Sandstorm.
Next time we do this project, I don't know when we'll do it again. We're moving on to Heroes of Horror, or I don't know. We could actually do the Dragon Compendium. They're actually released at the same time. And it's one or the other. It's a coin flip, really. But
I figure since we're planning on moving into other RPG systems, we can still just do this to finish out prestige classes until we run out on our, when we have little bits of time left over.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that if we go into World of Darkness, there's an analogous thing to prestige classes that we can grade and.
Well, I'm more talking about the fact that we have prestige classes we still need to get through. We're not.
That's true. Yes,
yeah.
We still have stuff here, but
so we can squeeze those in between.
Yeah.
Oh, we're done talking about the system. We have an hour left. Let's squeeze a prestige class thing in just so we finish up.
Yeah. Yeah. That way we can actually finish out the series at some point. Yeah, that'd probably work. Yeah. We still need to talk about what we're actually probably doing for our next books, but we'll do that off stream because I think I've settled at what I want to do, at least for the most immediate schedule, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah. Also, this is an actual round number. It is exactly 2.925. Happens on occasion. But yeah, that will be all we have for you this week. So tune in, and we will no longer be doing this on Thursdays. Actually, we are moving this. We are moving D&D in Hindsight, or more specifically, tabletop games in Hindsight, TTG in Hindsight, which will eventually get its own logo, but I'll probably keep using the D&D one for a while. We are moving those actually to Saturday, before our Saturday streams. Which, speaking of, so we won't be doing that this Saturday, obviously, because we've already done a in Hindsight for this week. But we will be starting up on... What the hell are we starting up on Saturday?
Paranormal Site.
Paranormal Site, thank you.
On Saturday?
Sunday. Sunday. Yeah, sorry. Sunday! Which is the new Saturday.
Sunday.
I was like, Saturday? We don't stream on Saturday. What did I miss?
Yeah.
You'll buy the seat, but it advertises the edge.
But yeah. And join us on Monday for more Pokemon ZA playthrough, but with Hunter Green doing the playing. And join us back here on Thursday for I have no fucking idea what, actually. I don't think we've actually discussed anything. Something. We were doing something on Thursday.
as tradition, if this particular series is done, we'll have a week off. So
yeah. Yep. Possibly have a week off, but we'll be back with something else the week afterwards. But yeah. Till then, I'm Vincent.
I've been the Krampus.
I've been Chip.
I've been Hunter Green.
And I'm Vincent. And remember, everyone, invest enough Ascension into your eyes, and you'll have hindsight, which is 2020.